How's it going out there today? So this morning on a Saturday, at least in Arizona it's a Saturday, I'm watching a couple of really cool things happen. I'm watching Monaco coin really test this prior high here, and it's wanting to break out. Our volume is really good. I'm here on the 15-minute chart, by the way. Our volume is really good. I don't have my money in exchange to take advantage of this right now, and it would take like an hour for it to settle out. So I'm probably not going to be able to take part in this move, but Monaco coin is moving right now. Looks like, I don't know where it's going to go, but could go up all the way up here to 32. It's at 27 right now. You never know, but volume's moving into Monaco. I just noticed that as I was getting ready to make a video on Monero. So let's start my Monero video now that I'm watching Monaco breakout, and I can't do anything about it. Okay, so here we go. Monero's kind of been a prior winner that's been running up, or ran up I should say, and it's basing here. It's looking like it's starting to poke out of a cup with handle pattern. Again, I'm on the daily chart now. Switch to the daily chart, and first thing I notice is that the volume toward since this bottom right here has been very good. Let's look at these white bars. These white bars are up days, and the bar win right now is really good. We're at 8 o'clock UTC 7 Arizona time, so there's plenty of time left to go in the day, and this bar is already pretty much very close to equal with the previous day's volume. So this is probably going to be a pretty good day. Hopefully it starts to break out. But I say a cup with handle. If you're not familiar with that, a cup with handle is a pattern where you have a run-up, a prior run-up, and you have a consolidation that comes down and kind of rotates around, and before it gets to the prior high, it stops and it goes sideways or trends downward slightly, like you see here. So our cup is from here all the way down to here. That's our cup, and this is our handle right here. Now this is not a classic cup with handle. This actually has a V bottom. Traditionally, V bottoms aren't they're not treated very well, especially in the stock market. But this being cryptocurrency, I believe it's valid because these things move so fast they don't even have time to round around to make a rounding bottom. There is one over here, however. This is a very valid cup with handle. This little pattern right here. Let's zoom in on this for you. So here's a run up, and it comes down like a cup would. I mean, I think they should call it a bowl with handle, but I didn't name this thing. So here's your cup, round it out, and then here's your handle right here. It actually negated the handle, came down, but obviously the trend continued. But you know, you can't give up on these things. There's only so many valid cryptocurrencies that actually have staying power, and Monero seems to be one of them. So you have to give it its due and not take it off of our watch list, even if it invalidates a small pattern. Because what it did here is it flagged out. This is a pennant pattern, so wedge down if you want to, and then it broke out from here. So your proper buy point in a cup with handle still would have served you well here. It's actually your proper buy point in a cup with handle is the top of the handle right here. So you still would have been well served right there. Okay, so let's get back to the current situation that we're in. This current situation, let's draw a trend line here across this handle. Come on, mouse. Sorry guys, a little bit of technical difficulty. So here's your trend line within your handle. Okay, so you can have a very aggressive buy point at the breakout of the handle right here. Now obviously we're past that, so you know, you're probably, I would say, pretty clear to buy anywhere between the break of the handle, which is here, and if it kind of in this range right here. Where do you put your stop? Where do you not want it to breach is this level right here. So you want areas that have been breakout areas, or areas that have been supported, or you don't want those to be breached to the downside or to the upside, because, well, forget what I said last. You don't want it to be breached. If you're trading for it to go up, you don't want it to be breached to the downside. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into this pattern and take a look at this handle. I'm just going to dive right into the 15-minute chart here. First thing I see is a big volume pop right here on this last 15-minute candle. Big volume pops tend to indicate a pause in the pattern, or a start of an acceleration. So far, it doesn't look like it's accelerating. So, but what we see here is this is our trend line, and this is the area that was breached of the trend line. So let's see at this point what we have. We don't have a ton of volume here, which, you know, I would like to see more volume there. We do see volume prior to it right here, and we do see volume right here. Even though this bar kind of closed in the middle, it's still a pretty valid bar. Volume here, volume here, volume here. We have some volume here. We have about 4 or 5 bars of volume here. Notice there's not a lot of red. There's not a lot of red setting up in here. So that's good. We're also holding this high consolidation area. If you want to take a pattern within a pattern, you can. Another thing you'll start to notice is that you find these trend lines will start to become parallel to each other in these flag patterns or even in a sideways pattern. That's actually a very good price action because it's holding kind of, not getting too foo-foo on you, kind of psychologically. I've seen it time and time again where if things aren't symmetrical, you know, if you can't make a case for a symmetrical chart pattern here, then it's probably not valid. Like if it's like this, and this pokes way down here, and you have a couple of bars down here, then it comes up, that's not a valid pattern. This is not a valid pattern. You want to see things parallel, if not symmetrical. Okay? You want to see things parallel, if not symmetrical. Symmetrical would be better. It's indicating a narrowing of buyers and sellers. But when you have parallel bars right here, it's at least holding a range. All right, so we zoom out of our handle here, and let's go back to the daily chart. So where can Monero go from here? So I was doing some analysis earlier, and what I found is that this is a 55% downtrend here. I'll show you. This is a 55% pullback, if you will. And I've also found some correlation between that 50% number within Monero and prior highs. So with this breakout right here that we were looking at earlier, 52%, that holds right there at that 50% range, breaking out from the handle. So something else I don't think I've explained about a handle within a cup with a handle. What defines a handle? Well, first of all, the handle has to be high enough in the pattern for it to look like a handle. You can't have, like, this would not be a valid cup with handle. You can't have it come out and cup and then like there's no handle here. Like this kind of could be a handle, but not really, because it's already breached prior highs. This is a valid handle because it's sitting towards the middle to the upper part of the cup, and that's what you want. Like this would kind of be a valid. This would be a point that I would look for a valid handle in this large cup. However, it was invalidated because it came way down deep into the cup. This is no longer valid. You want this to be sideways or slightly down, as we're currently seeing. Okay, so that's why this is a valid handle, and that's why this is not a valid handle. If you wanted to call this a handle, you would have to call this the cup. But this is not a valid cup and handle because it has a prior downtrend. So this is a downtrend, and this is the cup. But this is invalid, so that's not a thing. So if this is our handle, which it looks like it is, this is our cup. This whole thing is our cup, and this entire thing is our prior uptrend. Okay, this is a prior uptrend right here, if you don't include all of this even. So there's analysis of Monero and a current possible cup with handles situation that we're in. As far as targets on the upside, you know I don't like to get into targets, but based on that 55% move, you're looking for somewhere between 40 to 50% coming out of this high level, coming out of this handle break. All right, so I'll keep it short and sweet on this one. Questions below. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.